Welcome to the 2012-2013 school year. My name is Madame Maxfield, and I'm going to talk a little bit about our Math 8 classroom for this year. I'm going to be using a different model than from the traditional teaching model. I'm going to be using what's called a flipped classroom. This model has been around for several years, and I spent my 3 summer Pro D days as well as 3 days at the end of last school year, researching, attending workshops, speaking with other teachers who have used a flipped classroom model, and I believe that there are tremendous benefits to this model that I'm going to share with you. So, what is a flipped classroom? The most traditional definition at its most basic level refers to a flipped classroom as a classroom where videos take the place of direct instruction. This then gives the students more time in class to work with the concepts with their teacher and peers there to help them. It is called a flipped classroom because what used to be done in class, the lecture part, is being done at home. And what used to be done at home for homework, the problems, is now done in class. I prefer this definition. It's just a little more detailed and it offers a little more information into the benefits of a flipped classroom. So it's a reverse teaching model that delivers instruction at home through interactive teacher-created videos and moves the homework to the classroom. Moving lectures outside the classroom allows teachers to spend more one-on-one time with each student. Students have the opportunity to ask questions and work through problems with the guidance of their teachers and the support of their peers, creating a collaborative learning environment. There are some important elements in here that I will talk about in the next section. So there is a lot of misinformation about the flipped classroom. The flipped classroom is much more than just that traditional definition, and some of it was alluded to in the second definition I shared with you. So let's start with what the flipped classroom is not. It is not a synonym for online videos. The videos are an important part of a flipped classroom because they do help the students to have that time in class freed up. It also helps the students in many other ways, which I will talk about. But the videos are not the most important part about the flipped classroom. It is the time spent in class with the teacher and the peers that is the value of a flipped classroom. It is not about replacing teachers with videos. It is not an online course. It is not students working without structure. On the contrary, there is a tremendous amount of structure in a flipped classroom. It is necessary to have a tremendous amount of structure in a flipped classroom. It is not students spending the entire class staring at a computer screen. In fact, most of the computer work will be done at home outside of the classroom. And it is not students working in isolation. So what is a flipped classroom? So it's a means to increase interaction and contact time between students and teachers, as well as students and other students. It is an environment where students do take more responsibility for their own learning. As they move through the material at their own pace, they need to be responsible for knowing when they have mastered a concept or when they need to take more time. It is a classroom where the teacher is not standing at the front being the bearer of knowledge, but rather is standing on the side, allowing the students to move through the material and helping guide them when necessary. It is a blending of direct instruction with constructivist learning. So constructivist learning theory talks about the importance of socially constructing knowledge, meaning the students need to talk about what they're learning, and this allows more time in class for that to happen. It is a classroom where students who are absent due to illness or extracurricular activities such as athletics or field trips don't get left behind. So they can access the videos outside of class time. They are moving through the material at their own pace, and so they won't feel like everyone else is moving ahead of them. It is a class where content is permanently archived, so the students can go back and review the material for tests, or if they feel like they've forgotten a concept, they can go back and review it. It is a class where all students are engaged in their learning. They don't have as much time in the classroom where they're either waiting for other students to catch up with the concept or where they're feeling left behind. And so this keeps them engaged because they're learning right at their level, right where they are needing to be, and they're moving through the material at their own pace. It is a place where all students can get a personalized education. So how our flipped classroom will look, this may need adjustment throughout the year as we try this out in our classroom and negotiate what this will look like. But after talking to several teachers and reading and researching, this is the model that I've come up with to start, the structure that I've come up with to start. So the idea is that the students will have watched the video for the concept for homework or at the end of the previous class if they had finished their work early. For the first 10 or 15 minutes, we will be using guided discussions to check understanding of the concept. This is where the students will really spend some time talking about the concept with their peers and building that knowledge and understanding. Students will practice the concepts well. I am going to be doing several things during this time. I will circulate and check knowledge. I will work with individual students or small groups who need some extra help. I will do a spot check on those students who feel like they have mastered the concept. When the students feel like they have a solid understanding of the concept, they can let me know, and I will do a spot check on them to ensure that yes, they are correct, they have mastered the concept or they have a solid understanding of the concept and they are ready to take the quiz. And so when they choose that they are ready and I have done the spot check, then they take the quiz and can move on to the next concept or enrichment activity. Check points will be required in order to keep everyone moving through the material, so there will be dates by which students will have to have taken the quiz for a certain concept. For classroom management purposes, that is necessary. So what are some benefits of the flipped classroom? It definitely gives teachers more time in class to spend one-on-one with students. Because of that helps build stronger student-teacher relationships, which is shown quite clearly in the research to be one of the strongest indicators of student success. It offers a way for teachers to share information with other faculty, substitute teachers, students, parents, and the community easily. It produces the ability for students to go back, rewind lessons in case they felt like they missed something. It provides them with the ability to master a topic. And it creates a collaborative learning environment in the classroom where we're all working together to build our knowledge. So that's just a brief introduction into what our flipped classroom will look like. If you have any more questions or comments that you would like to share with me, I can be reached at the school either through phone or email. I'm always happy to answer any questions or concerns. I'm probably easier to get a hold of on email, and I would appreciate helping you feel more comfortable with this new model.